Hello Gemini, hello and welcome to your general tarot card reading, tarot card forecast for the first 2 weeks of December. So Gemini, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the first card, and that's going to be an opener with a spiritual message for you for those 2 weeks. Then I'm going to pull 4 cards in 2 rows, and they're going to kind of give us a picture of what the future might hold for you in those 2 weeks. So and I'm going to pull, I'm using 2 Rider-Waite decks, so it's just the way how I do it. And I'm going to pull 3, and those 3, this one going to be a suggestion what to focus on, what to release, and this is what will be the best way forward. So what kind of actions, way of thinking, being will be most beneficial for you. And then my beloved runes as additional commentary. So Gemini, glasses are on. And let's see what the message is. Let go. The message is let go. So what does it say? Once you let go of the outcome, you will be able to release the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and guidance of spirit. As we have only your best interest at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. Wow, what a powerful message, Gemini. Wow. So, Gemini, without further ado, let's see what those 2 weeks of December might hold for you. So we have the Chariot, we have an Ace of Wands, we have a Knight of Cups, we have a 4 of Wands, we have an Ace of Swords, no, King of Swords, Empress, King of Wands, and 6 of Pentacles. What to focus on? 9 of Swords. What to release? 10 of Swords. What to... yeah, it's let it go. You have the Fool, Gemini. You have a Fool. I think what is going on here, because those 2 cards, what to focus on, realizing that you are creating your own misery, that the way how you think, it's not very healthy or conducive. So you might be just creating worst case scenarios in your own head, and what they say, release it. If like let it go, it's 10 of Swords saying let it go, and what to focus on the new, on the potential, on the zero, on the beginning. So let it go. Gemini. So that is the overall message, I suppose, for those 2 weeks of December. So let me see what other cards they're saying, and presumably you get the gist of the overall message here for you. So you have a Chariot. So you might be traveling, you might be moving forward, you might be overcoming difficulties, you might be coming to understanding that sometimes the conflict is needed, and also to kind of understand that you are able to move on, and you might be moving on. Then you have this Ace of Wands, and you might be offered some kind of opportunity, or opportunity going to come your way. You're going to, I don't know, I'm hearing traveling, going somewhere. It might be for some of you will be travel in general, or moving on, or leaving things behind, realizing that actually you're almost like starting a new chapter. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is you might have a like oomph of energy. There might be some kind of message coming your way, some kind of invitation. And then you have a Knight of Cups, and you have a 4 of Wands. And Knight of Cups, it's all about maybe you, and just maybe. It's Knight is talking about the development. So you might be taking the initiative. You might be deciding to either invite someone or take the invitation. And 4 is indicating some kind of event, is indicating the invitation itself. So So people who might be inviting you and you going to visit them, and it feels like a very good thing to do, and yeah, they're really looking forward to see you. Equally, Four of Wands over here might be indicating you are embracing some kind of new way of being. It might be something to do with jobs, or maybe stepping up in terms of your job, being invited for the interview, being invited towards some kind of organization. Like I said, it might be events. Four, it's like this one of those getaway cards. As you can see, those four ones that are kind of immense if you're going to compare with the rest of imagery. So that might be a daunting experience, but equally might be very welcoming as well. Then you have a Knight of Swords. A Knight of Swords, you have an Empress, and you have a King of Wands. So what I would say, something that you start, don't abruptly finish things, I heard. You have to be patient, I heard. But if I'm going to go with the flow and tell you what the cards they say as the individual cards, the Knight of Swords is saying you might be facing something, and actually you are doing it right, so don't have a second thoughts about that. Empress is indicating some kind of creative endeavor, some kind of abundance, some kind of, you might be meeting someone. It feels like a meeting of someone who's going to give you like an idea, or equally the Empress over here might be a beginning of some kind of project or endeavor. But what they say, King of Wands is saying that something or someone has some kind of objection towards it, and you might be considering those objections to take them on board. But what they say, because next to it you have a Six of Pentacles and there's scales over here, and people that are benefiting, being giving and taking, it's, you have to strike the right balance over here. So it's all about balancing things out. So try to not go from one spectrum, from one end of the spectrum to another end of spectrum. But those 2 weeks, they look extremely good. Yeah, there might be someone who might be objecting. There might be some kind of objection, or somebody going to say something and they're going to... I hear demand, I hear... Yeah, there will be some kind of expectation that someone going to put something upon you, or they, at least they're going to try, and they say don't give up, play by your own rules. Yeah, that's what's coming through. So, once again, what to focus on, your own way of thinking that sometimes is taking you places that are not the healthiest, not the best. Whatever is what to release, whatever has happened and things hasn't worked out, leave it to be. The yet is yet to come. You know, there's going to be, you know, there's a dawn here. Sun is about to rise. What to focus on? The new beginning. And you have a Chariot over here, so you have a 2 cards indicating some kind of travel. Knight of Cups is indicating movement and travel. Ace of Wands is indicating a lot of, I would say, energy, drive. But I'm hearing is also it's going to be about the communication, letter, email, something coming your way, invitation. And that might be invitation indeed of the interview or seeing people. But Six of Pentacles is indicating giving and taking, so it might be either you, might be a job, or might be just the flux of money coming in, coming out, and things going to be very balanced. So what is additional commentary over here? Yes, it's Fawn. So you can see there's someone who is fighting with his own shadow. And he owns the hammer, the Mew Mew. You know, if you ever seen the Avengers, or you have anything to do with Norse mythology, you're going to see that he's the hammer, and he's very powerful. But what he's fighting with his own shadow. And shadow, there might be everything that the shadow part of yourself, to your own fears and the perception of how the things are. And basically we create those perceptions, Gemini. So what they say, you have to just realize that things that you're fighting with, they are most likely things that you are inducing yourself, and they might be just simply might be your own doing. So it's about looking into it, realizing that actually you have a power. If you had the power to create it, you have a power to focus on something else and see things in far much more positive light. So Gemini, as usual, it was a pleasure reading for you. Have a smashing 2 weeks of December. If you found this reading helpful, please let me know by liking, commenting and sharing, or subscribing for that matter. So yeah, thank you for tuning, and bye for now.